Hello, Dante here, welcome to a new timeless video. So today we're going to play an interesting brew which essentially it revolves around Satoru and all of the elementals. So we have the full Esper elemental package for grief, for subtlety, for solitude, and also some reanimate to get them from the graveyard after you have scammed them. So the idea here is that with Satoru, every elemental draws you a card, also when you reanimate it. So it's a really good interaction. And then you combine this with the Stoneforge Mystic package, which is a good card advantage engine, and also gets Cryptic Coat, which is a great card, which just it gets you a lot of value, but it also has a very interesting synergy with Satoru because it allows you to draw cards when you put this into play with Stoneforge Mystic, and you can also ephemerate the cards that you get with Cryptic Coat to probably get some creatures or some stuff if you have a good hit. Obviously this deck also has the, let's say, scam package. You use Ephemerate, I think it's better in a vacuum than the Not Dead after all. So if you play white, you should play this because it's also good against, for example, opposing solitudes, because you can actually save your grief with Ephemerate against an opposing solitude, and you cannot do this with Not Dead after all. So overall, you really, very synergistic deck. You want to scam the elementals. Subtlety is not really very good at being scammed, but these two are pretty good. This against creature is like a 3-for-1. Reanimate, then you have Brainstorm to smooth out your draws. Single Dominic Tutor I think is worth it. Failure is a bit of an experiment, but obviously it goes off really hard once you have Grief in play or Solitude in play, and you can again blink code, you can draw cards with Satoru. So overall the deck looks really promising, lots of little synergies here. I'm a bit afraid that it will be maybe too cute and maybe a bit too clunky or too slow for the format, which is now really fast. But I think the deck shows promise. You also have like 3 plows against creatures. I think 3 is fine because you already have 4 solitudes, so I think 4 is too much. And I'm playing 18 lands, which may seem low, but I think it may be enough since you function perfectly with 2 mana, and you also have Brainstorm to smooth out your draws, as well as some Surveillance. So overall, deck looks pretty good. It's a bit experimental, but let's go on some matches and see how it goes. So this hand is risky. It's a very weird hand, but it's good if we draw land and we have Brainstorm to kind of smooth our draw. So even though it doesn't look great, I think I'll keep because the potential is very high. We're also on the draw. Hopefully no turn on 1 Ragavan because I don't really want to subtlety it. Okay. Still don't know what the opponent is playing. Could be show and tell, could be almost anything. Alright. I'll try and scry and to get a land, and next turn Brainstorm and just really get the land. We have a lot of looks here. And then we can try and actually scam Grief with Ephemerate. That would be awesome. Satoru's. Okay, so we're actually very interesting. We're playing like a mirror here. Huh. So I could subtlety. I don't think I want to. He may have some elemental, so he may start getting some value here, but I really don't want to subtlety this. He's going to Grief. So I think I want to. So I will spend one of these Sadorus. I think this now is worth it. Because otherwise he just gets to draw cards and it's too bad. So I really want to kill this Satoru. And obviously I want to get my Satoru down. Because him being on the play, he gets so much more value, but let's see what we draw. So let's get white, blue, Solitude. Oof. That's a tricky one. Oof. I think I need lands, even though I want to kill the Satoru, because we really want to get our stuff going here. So now we can actually choose between Satoru. No, we cannot. I think we'll actually pitch the Satoru and just to scam Grief. I think it's worth it. So let's hold control and yeah, let's see what he has here. Let's scam him. Hopefully he cannot gain value with this. So let's see. Okay, so interesting hand. Take the frog. Scam the Grief. Interesting brew here. Get the shield red. Alright, and now I think we again get another Scryland, and next turn we Stoneforge. So because we can actually rebound the Ephemerate. And I think I will, well obviously unless he plays the card, but maybe it's a shield red or maybe it's a removal, but that's okay. Prefer to do this. Okay, Bowmasters is fine. Actually, because I may have run into it with the Brainstorm. So, okay, I want Plow for sure. And I will not do this since it doesn't do anything. I think I have to Plow this. That was a really good draw for him. And try and get more lands. And hopefully we don't get Brainstorm blocked. Okay, we did get Brainstorm blocked, which is not great at all, but next turn we can play Stoneforge and just not draw one of these. Obviously the coat. And I think I will trade for Satoru if he attacks, so I will not attack. We also have Reanimate, which was actually a good draw. We can Solitude the Satoru, or even Reanimate he drew. Again, Reanimate, I think. Oh, of course, this has Menace, so that was actually a dumb mistake. Okay, so he's actually looking now for Reanimate, so we're drawing almost the same cards here. And he's going to draw a card with the Reanimate, which I really hate. He did not. Okay, that's weird. So here again, I think we Brainstorm, 2 Reanimates. And I think at this point, we just scam Grief to see what he grabbed. It must be something good. And then we Reanimate Solitude. Yeah, and obviously we want to draw the Stoneforge, so let's see what's going on first. Because this is like, I for sure thought he was going to get Grief here, so let's see if he has something better. Let's see what he got here. Oh, he got the Nightmare. Okay, so good stuff. And I will definitely Reanimate Solitude. Take this away. So now we're looking okay. We're drawing Stoneforge. Okay. It's not, I think, a great draw for him. This deck is kind of interesting. But we've got the advantage here. He may try and double block. I mean, I'm sure he will because he wants this to die. But We'll attack with both, like for sure, and see which one wants to double block. We shuffle away the... We'll actually grab the coat with Stoneforge, so we can start getting some value. Okay, so he doesn't want the life gain, that is normal. Okay, I was lucky. He was drawing 3 lands. Okay, so now question is, I think we grab the code. He may draw a creature and that would be bad. Yeah, that was not great if he draws something, but still fine. If he draws like some kind of creature, it's gonna be like really hard to beat. Tutor is good though. But I think we want to just cast the coat with the Stoneforge. Because maybe we get some plow or some reanimate later. So let's attack with this. We need to fade him drawing a creature. That would be important. That would be really important. He will be able to reanimate to animate this land when he gets the 4th land and maybe sack it. Okay, that's fine. Still got the coat. Okay. So I think we get aggro here and reanimate. I think he's actually his card, like maybe he's Shieldred, maybe the frog. I think it's better to put like a big, a quick clock on him, so yeah. Let's get reanimate. And let's just reanimate Shieldred. I think this is the best one. Okay. Let's see here. Satoru. Okay, you can sack it and get something. But what can he get? Because I got his Shieldred. He can get a frog or a Bowmaster, which would be relevant. But yeah, okay. So good game, very close game, but lots of back and forth. Very interesting. Let's go. So let's see. This hand is decent. We have Satoru, some elementals. We can reanimate to get some card advantage. Yeah, it's pretty good. So let's keep. I will not brainstorm the first turn, so let's just do this. And obviously trying very hard not to subtlety first turn, because it will be much better next turn. Okay, maybe playing against Titan. Okay. Let's play our Satoru. And let's see. I want to draw like Grief. Or yeah, essentially Grief. Grief will be amazing to start getting some cards and see what's going on there. So is this... What is this? Show and tell? No. Not sure what this is yet. I think it may be show and tell, so I really want my... I think I'm looking for a land here. Okay, we did get a land and we did get a Grief, so that's... both are great. So I don't want 2 Felias. This turn I will Grief. And we will draw one of the cards, so let's take that into account. So let's just do this. Fortunately, we must pitch the reanimate, but it's fine. Let's just see what's going on there. Draw some. Okay, so we are playing against show and tell, so let's get the show and tell out of here. An extra Felia, which is not great. Hopefully we can return it to hand. Sorry, to the library later. Subtlety, obviously looking quite bad. We want more griefs or another reanimate. That would be the best. We can start flickering Satoru to draw cards, which is great. But if we get like a reanimate, that would be awesome, because then we can actually start flickering grief, and that would be probably game over. Okay, so that is amazing. We don't want another Philia or another Subtlety, but we will draw them anyways because we're going to draw cards now. That's fine. We could like shuffle, but I think it's way too greedy. Like, yeah, let's just, you know, let's do what we came here to do. Oh my god, this is so good. I love it. Yeah, so so actually flickering grief is not like good right now because he doesn't have any card, but that's okay. Let's just attack. And let's get some card here. So good. I love it. Really love this interaction. Like when it gets going, it's so good. Almost unbeatable, I'd say. You have to draw like brainstorm into show and tell, into omniscience, or into Atraxa. Like quite difficult, let's be honest. He has Dig 2 times, so that's a start. I think he's looking at the graveyard, so not bad. So if he digs into show and tell, yeah, into show and tell Atraxa, that would be obviously very good. Because unfortunately we cannot subtlety, you know, the show and tell, obviously. Okay, so I think we're going to be mana efficient here. I think so. Okay, so I don't want to, yeah. So yeah, that was awesome. Really good, nice combination. That's what your deck wants to do, so it was a great example of it. Okay, so this hand, it's quite speculative, but I think it's good enough because we can ephemerate the grief turn 1, so I'll definitely keep. Hopefully, okay, so maybe playing against the Boros deck, which is, I'd say tier 1. It's a really, really good deck. Okay, so let's fetch a Godless Shrine. Let's hold control. Fortunately, we have to pitch the reanimate, but that's fine. So, okay, playing against that deck. So we're going to rip apart his hand. So we'll take we have to take both removals because we want to ephemerate again on our turn. So I'll take the bolt. I'll ephemerate it. He has a super good hand. Take the other bolt. And yep. Amulet is obviously good for him, but we can still like keep ripping apart his hand. So I think I may take the... Yeah, I think I'll take the Guide of Souls, because, you know, the amulet, Guide of Souls gets so much energy. So I think I'll do this. Okay, Satoru, it would have been great the previous turn, but that's fine. If he draws a creature, which he's obviously his deck has a ton, we can start subtletying and yeah. Okay, this is pretty good against my Satoru. Yeah, it's pretty good. We won't reanimate here to keep up with the amulet because he got a lot of energy. Okay, not great. At least if we get to 4 mana, we can start hardcasting subtleties, and then they actually become pretty good against the creature deck. So Ephemerate. Yeah, I'll keep an Ephemerate. We can scam subtlety, and we can... Ugh. Yeah, I think I have to... I will subtlety this. And I will Ephemerate at the beginning of his draw step to try and get the Raptor. Hopefully it doesn't have removal, just some lands. Okay, so I'll definitely attack and try and get him. Really need to stop here. Try and get him. Okay. Full control. Draw. I will Ephemerate. Hopefully no removal, that would be like really bad. Okay, that's good. Imagine this with a Satoru in play, but bad luck. Oh, he had a mountain, didn't see that. Okay, so not bad, not great either. We won't rebound this. Now at least we can start hardcasting the subtlety, which is pretty good. So either he draws like lands or a creature that I can subtlety. And still reanimate is one of our best draws, I'd say. Yeah. Static Prison. I don't think it's a really good draw for him because he'll have to... Well, yeah, okay, he's trying to use it for energy. I will definitely subtlety the Ragavan here. That's an easy one. He keeps doing a lot of damage with the amulets. I don't think he'll keep the Ragavan on top, probably. Next turn, he will be able to pay for the prison. Okay, Satoru is pretty good. So let's play it. Because when this comes back, we'll draw a card. Okay. I mean, that was super good. Good game, man. Good game. Yeah, that was good. So this hand, it's kind of borderline, but I think it's good enough probably because of the brainstorm. If we get a second land, we're on the draw, we can Satoru and then scam. So let's try and keep this. Ideally I want to put back this one, potentially the subtlety. Okay. Ephemerate is pretty good actually, because we can actually now scam Grief. So I think new plan, we're going to scam Grief. Yeah. I think we will pitch the reanimate or the Satoru. I think the reanimate. Try the reanimate, I think. Okay, so we need a blue white land. Let's just hold control to this. Yeah, I think this is better. Always feels good to scam. Okay. So playing against the, obviously the vampire combo. So taking the 2 Sorins here should be pretty good for sure. Let's take first Sorin. This is almost GG, but not quite. It's very powerful indeed. He's also multi 6. If he doesn't get a removal next turn, I think we're like really favored. We don't have lands, so that's a thing to consider, but now we can ephemerate this again. Take the, I think the Liliana, yeah. Now we also have subtlety. Now we may get brainstorm locked, but we didn't. Remove this and this. Yeah, I mean, we're looking good here. Very good, actually. Shuffle. We don't have subtlety in case he top decks a Sorin, which would be his way of winning, because he could put this into play. His card is busted. Okay, so let's get Surveilland. Okay. Reanimate. Yeah, I'll keep a reanimate. And then he really, well, we don't have anything to reanimate, sorry, but it's okay. It will be good in the future, I think. Here, I will attack. I want to keep the subtlety in case he gets the top deck Sorin. So here I'll just get a coat. It's also another card to pitch. And again, he's really looking for the Sorin. That's the only thing that gets him, that gets me. Okay, now I think he's cooked because he put a Grief into the graveyard, which I can now reanimate and just instantly win, so it's awesome. So let's attack first. And I think I'll attack with everything because I won't put Coat now into play. That was really good. So let's just Sorin. Sorry, Satoru. Grief him. GG? Yeah, GG. Okay. Very good draw. Very good draw. So if we draw a black card, we can scam Grief turn 1. So I think, well, not turn 1, but turn 2 with when we draw. So I think I'll keep. Also keep Brainstorm up to protect my cards in case he thought this. And if not, I'll just get a Surveilland. Also have the Solitude Ephemerate if we draw again a white card. Let's see what's better. Playing against Rakdos, probably. Okay, so not scam turn 1. Let's get a blue-white land here. Why is he cracking? He may be afraid of Stifle. That's weird. Opponent, what are you doing? Please. What is happening? This is like a Pyrexian. It's an interesting art for the Meyer. Opponent, what is going on? Please do something. I just cracked a fetch. What's going on here? Thank you, opponent. Okay. A grief. Yeah, I think I'll keep it. So we'll grief turn 1. Okay, so I don't think I brainstorm yet because I do like my hand. So yeah, let's just grief. Oh, hold control. And let's see what's going on. If he tries to kill it, I obviously ephemerate in response. If he tries to exile it, I can also do it. That's the main advantage of this against not dead after all, for example. So let's see what he does. Okay, playing against Boros. So I really want him to take away the removal, so I can ephemerate it. So I'll take the Crusher and the Prison. Yeah, take the Crusher, take the Prison. We'll be able to play Ajani, but that's okay. Yep. Take the Prison. Your turn. And if he doesn't kill the grief, I'll be able to take one of these 3 cards next turn, the one that he doesn't play. So he's more of a slower version of Boros, which I don't like. I prefer the Lurus one. He's got like also surveillance, which I don't think it's, well, maybe 1 is correct, just 1 to fetch it, that's fine. Yeah, so as expected, he plays Ajani, so I'll take probably the Amulet next, unless he's drawn something even better. Get the Sewer. Plow. Yeah, I'll take a Plow. Okay. So do this. Draw a Bolt. Three cards are pretty good. I think Bolt is fine because then we can reanimate the, and this is the card advantage engine. So let's see what we brainstorm into. Nothing really great, but I think next turn I want to, because he can only either Nixilis or Plow, or sorry, or Bolt. So I think I will Plow, and next turn I'll Harkas Grief. So I think I'll actually return the Solitude so I can have 4 lands. Solitude is good Harkas into. I think this is fine. Alright. Yeah. So, cannot do anything. You know, I think I'll do it now because he may bolt his own Ajani to flip it, so I'll do this now. And I think he's incentivized to bolt my Grief because otherwise his Obnixilis just gets attacked. But maybe he will. Okay, create a 1/1 Devil. Yeah, he may try and maybe double block it. Worst case scenario, he just bolts the Grief and plays another thing. Then I'll still be able to get the Obnixilis. So now looking for a Stoneforge or some kind of card advantage engine to get. For example, Cryptic Stoneforge into Code would be awesome. He plays the Obnixilis, so now he has 2 Obnixilis. That's pretty good. If he wants to create 2 devils, he has to kill one of them to double block my grief. He may do that. He's thinking about it. It's okay. Okay. So he's creating a devil. I think he may do it just to double block my grief. It's probably the correct play. Otherwise I'll kill one of the Obnixilis either way. He's really thinking about it. I'll get another white source with this, so we have 2. Oh, he cannot activate both? What? What the hell? He can activate it, right? Okay, so he just considered. I think it was a bit premature, but I think we also had the advantage, so good game. So overall, I must say I didn't like the deck that much. I think it was quite inconsistent and a bit slow, and I think the numbers here must be polished quite a lot. So I think the actual base idea, like the core, may be good, like having Satoru, having these very nice elementals, the Ephemerate, even the Stoneforge package with code, which works really well with Satoru, also reanimate. So I think the overall package makes sense. But I think this deck is a bit misbuilt, and so it's also like good in the sense that I will have something to really build upon and try and refine this. So I think it can become good. But I really like building decks, and I think this one is not there yet, but it may be in the future. So the main things I would change, I think I would remove the subtleties. This card always disappoints me in almost any deck I play, unfortunately. I think maybe in formats like Modern it's better because maybe, I don't know, it was good with the Cascade decks. It's good against lots of creatures, obviously Planeswalker, but I think in Timeless it's not really that good. It's also like really bad to scam. It doesn't do essentially anything, and it's not good to reanimate. If this was an instant, then it would be obviously insane. Some idea here, you could actually play Teferi, so you can instant speed reanimate subtlety. So now a light bulb went off. Maybe I think it's a bit maybe too cute, but something to think about. As for the rest, I also noticed there was a distinct lack of black cards for grief. Like almost I could never scam this like comfortably turn 1 or turn 2 unless I drew obviously one of these, and many times I had to pitch it reanimate. So I think we really need more black cards. I think the way to solve this is to include the Troll of Khazad-dûm package. I didn't include it originally because I think this deck is more like value focused, and I want to use this on the Satoru, on the elementals, even on Stoneforge. But I think in this sense, in this regard, it makes sense to include the Troll, so you can have a turn 2 big threat, and also to pitch to grief. I think you also want, so I will remove the subtleties. I think you also don't want the Phelias. They seemed a bit slow. There was one match, obviously when you get it going and you can start blinking grief and Stoneforge, it's insane. But I think that's a bit win more. When you're doing that, you're probably already winning. Solitudes were fine. I think this deck should be better against creatures. Like you have this amazing 3-4-1 when you scam Solitude with Ephemerate against creatures, but even then, I played some matches, I think it was off screen against Boros, and they just steamrolled me even with this. So that deck is also very good, but again, there's something missing. I will work on this deck and maybe come back in like a month, because I think the core is fine, but there's you have to really get the numbers right and change some cards, as I said. I also felt like 18 lands was too little. I always like to play like 18 in this kind of let's say, it's not low to the ground, but you only need like 1 mana to scam the elementals, and you also have Brainstorm to smooth out your draws. But I still think 18 is a bit too little for this kind of deck, so I would probably play 19 or even 20, you know, so 20 lands and the aforementioned changes. So yeah, overall I'd give this deck probably like a 5.5, not more at the current iteration. But again, I think it has potential, and Stoneforge is still a pretty good card. It has been outclassed the last few years, but it is a very value-based card, and I do like it, especially if you can blink it. So yeah, I will polish it. I still hope you enjoy the matches. There were some interesting matches nonetheless, and yeah, see you on the next video.